What is up, guys? Winter Kills here. Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we got a DDD Pendulum deck profile. This is not obviously just a regular DDD build. What I mean by Pendulum, I'm playing like Astrographs and Dark Worms, some of the Dark Pendulum monsters, newer ones anyways, that is. And the extra deck does have links in them. So yeah, this is, I think, the best, most consistent build. I was doing test hands with the other night, and found that this build, obviously now that I know how to play it a little bit better, it's actually not half bad, honestly. I'm actually pretty surprised with it, how consistent it can be. So I hope you guys enjoy the build, and without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. So yeah, we have to start off triple Abyss Ragnarok. This guy just comes in clutch for a lot of plays. Pendulum Scale plays specifically when he's putting the scale, his effect to revive a DD from grave. You do have to pay 1,000 and your opponent takes half damage, but more often than not that doesn't even matter. And then moving on, we have triple DDD or DD Savant Thomas. 3 this guy because he's actually really important for one of the combos that I showed off in the last test hand video. His ability to add back stuff from your extra deck is actually really key for one of the combos. You can add back Kepler, and then in combo with that and Supreme King Gate 0, you have a scale of 0 to 10, so you can really pendulum summon anything. Even if you had a Lammy in your hand, you could just pendulum summon that for free, so it's super awesome to have that ability. And then he's also a level 8, and then his on-field effect is insane. When you get him out, you just pop something in your scale and you summon a Ragnarok for free. Not necessarily for free, but it's pretty darn easy to pull off. 3 Copernicus, low scale if you're not able to get the King 0 off, which is fine. I've used this guy in the scale plenty of times before, but his effect to Foolish a DD or Dark Contract when he is normal or special summon is obviously very clutch. 3 Kepler, my bad, searches any Dark Contract, or you can return a DD to the hand. You're basically always gonna use the Dark Contract effect that searches your, Dark Contract with the Gate, your Swamp King. Must have at 3 is your Stratos, basically. This is your fusion. 3 Swirl Slime. Just gets a lot of your plays going once you've done most of your link setup. Double Leonidas, because we're playing Astrograph in here, and level 7s are actually are kind of important. And another thing is this guy sort of acts as like a hand trap. If he's in hand and you're going to take damage, you can just summon him for free. You take the damage, but then he makes you gain it back. So unfortunately, if you're going to lose 1,000 life points and you only have 500, you're still going to lose the game because you take the damage first, then regain it back. It's an extra name, but I mainly play him for the extra level 7, and he's searchable, unlike Astrograph, because Astrograph is searchable with really only Electromite, which isn't too reliable, so I like playing the double Leonidas. You could probably get away with playing 1, honestly, if you wanted to. Double Lamia, because I think 3 is a little too much, and then 1 Necro Slime to round off the DDDs in the main deck. Not sure there, if you want to go back and count them, feel free to. And then we're going to move on to the Pendulum non-DDD stuff, which consists of 2 Astrograph. I was having a build, starting when I made this build, I was starting with 3 of these, but I found it a little too much. I might bump it back up to 3 now that I'm playing a Stargazer right here, but I think this 2-1 ratio is pretty good. A lot of times, like the Electromite play, in my opinion, is like the best way to start off your turn, because it allows you to get a Link monster on board to be able to do DDD combos to go into like Crystal Wing Hexblood or Crystal Wing, number 38, with having those 2 extra deck spots open instead of just the 1, because that's really what kind of puts a chokehold on this deck. And opening this guy up in the scale, destroying him, and then summoning this guy out with your Kepler already on board or Dark Worm just gives you a lot of advantage without having to use any of the other DDD cards, so that's why I like that engine. And then I also play the double Supreme King Dark Worm with the Supreme King Gate 0. I'm playing Dragon Shrine in this deck because you can send this to the grave of that and summon it back out while you control no monsters, and then get the search that way. Or you can like 1-for-1 out of Kepler and normal summon this, or and these are just ways to get into Electromite pretty quick. or like I said, use this to summon out Stargazer, and then normal summon this, and then you can go right into Electromite if need be. And Electromite's not the only Pendulum, or not the only link that we play in this deck to be able to go into more extra deck monsters. You'll see in a moment. Triple Dark Contract with the Gate. Now we're gonna move on to spells. We got Triple Dark Contract with the Gate. Still gotta play this card. It's like the most important card in your deck. Hand Traps, ruin this card. Ash Blossom, Ghost Ogre, whatever you want to call it. You know, Droll and Lockbird. This card loses to a lot of things. So that's why this build, I'm not playing it. Not because I don't think it's good, it's because I don't have the card right now. And granted, I probably could have just made proxies for it, but never got around to it. Is that Called from the Grave card. It basically stops hand traps. It's sort of like you've got to play it to deal with the hand traps, but then it's again another card you got to worry about opening, which sometimes might not always be optimal to have just in case that happens, but you kind of, it's just how it is, I guess. You can play it, you don't have to play it, it's not really a must-have. Allure of Darkness, double Dragon Shrine. Yeah, I got to proxy these. I'm still waiting for them in the mail. But double Shrine I think is good just so you can open it and send your Supreme King Dark Worms to the grave to get that effect off, summon it out for free. Soul Charge, Supreme or Dark Contract with the Gate, Monster Reborn, Foolish Burial, 1-for-1, and Upstart Goblin for that consistency on top of the Allure of Darknesses. I think that's a pretty good spell lineup. Like I said, honorable mentions for main deck probably would be running anywhere from 2 to 3. Called from the Grave, that's just if you're paranoid about hand traps. I'd probably cut a Dragon Shrine and maybe this. I don't know. I might cut that since you don't really need it because there's no fusions in the extra deck that we're playing that directly needs this card. But this is nice because it helps when you don't have your Swirl Slime and you need to get a play started. This really helps. Or like if you open Contract Kepler, you can just search this so you don't have to like, you know, what am I even going to do with this Kepler when I normally summon it? You still have a search off of it, I guess. That's why I play it. But that's it for the main deck. We'll go into the extra deck now. We'll go start with Links, then Fusions, then Xyz, and then Synchros. We're playing all of the colors in the extra deck. Pretty cool. So one Zephyr Metaltron. This is for the play when you have Electromite, Odd Eyes, what is it? Odd Eyes, Absolute Dragon, and something else in the extra deck. You go into this guy for the Vortex, and this guy as well. Borload, same concept. Yeah, another proxy. I know I'm broke. One Electromite. Luckily, this is getting reprinted. Is it? I don't know. I can't remember. But Electromite. Then we have Archfiend. This card I actually didn't even know existed until the other day. But this card is just 2 Fiend monsters. You have to pay 500 life points once per turn. Once per chain, really. You have to pay 500 life points to keep it alive, but once per chain, if you were to pay life points, except during the damage type, you can send 1 Fiend monster from your deck to the graveyard with attack or defense equal to the amount paid. Once per chain, if a Fiend monster was sent to the graveyard, you can roll a 6-sided die, then apply this effect on one of those effects on one of those monsters based on the result. Add it to your hand, shuffle it back into the deck, or special summon it. So if you roll a 1 or a 6, it's pretty good. If you roll a 2, 3, 4, or 5, it's bad. So like, if you were to, you pay 1,000 during the standby phase, right? You could send a Fiend monster from your deck to the graveyard with attack or defense equal to the amount paid, which I'm not sure there's anything in the deck really that could apply that. I wouldn't even probably pay attention to that effect. It's neat, I guess. That's it for the links. We'll go into the fusions now. For D fusions, we have 1 Beowulf, 1 Arc, and 1 Genghis. This guy is good for when you need just a basic play and you don't want to burn this up. This guy is good for the combos. This guy is good for going second, really, to destroy back row, because he's like a heavy storm when he's on the field. I was gonna play double Genghis, but I had to cut the second Genghis for another rank 8 because making rank 8s in this deck is very easy and you can find yourself making 2 in a turn, honestly. So that's why I played just those 3, and then the 1 Vortex, of course. And then Xyz monsters, we have Duodon, we have number 38, and we have Absolute. This is mainly just for the combo. However, you could just make it for a 2800 beat stick, I guess. And it also negates attack. When any player's monster declares an attack, you can attach one material, and then negate the attack, and then you can special summon an monster from your hand or grave. Not really too. I guess that effect doesn't even apply. I didn't even know it had the effect to summon. Yeah, its only purpose in the extra deck is just for the combo to get this guy out. So I would say it's definitely worth it. Just those 3 Xyzs, no 4s, no 6s. And then for synchros, Meteor Burst, this guy is absolutely insane in this deck. The fact that you can just summon out a Ragnarok from your Pendulum scale and then trigger its effect is absolutely nutty. And then you can use this to go into like Crystal Wing. So we played the Meteor Burst, the Alexander, that's not Hexblood, the Hexblood, and then the Crystal Wing. Very, very easy to make these guys both in one turn. You just need like a D-Arc and a Genghis, which is pretty easy to do, honestly. And then you use this guy to... You're going to use this guy to, like... you're going to go into, like, Genghis with Lamia, go into this guy, and then use, like, for example, Ragnarok and Scale, bring it back, and then summon the Lamia off the Ragnarok, or however you want to do it. I don't think you could do it that way, but you need, like, something in Scale on top of that. There's a combo. I'm not sure what it is. I'll have another... I might do a combo video for this deck. There's so many combos you can do with DDDs. I would say go watch the old combo video, but that was way before links were a thing, so it's definitely not applicable anymore. But anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like. It would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, that's gonna do it for this video of DDD Pendulum. Hope you guys enjoyed, and like I said, if you did, leave a like. And playmats are on the way. I know I said I was gonna do custom playmats a long time ago, but the new logo and our new channel banner basically gonna be the new playmat. It's gonna look really, really awesome. I'll let you guys know when you can pick those up if so desired. You don't have to pick one up if you don't have the money or don't want to. I think they're only going to be like 25 bucks a piece, which is a pretty nice deal for pretty nice playmats from Ink Gaming. They make pretty decent playmats. I'm not sponsored by them to say that. I bought playmats from before. I used them to make the playmats that were custom playmats for the 4,000 sub giveaway that you guys had really positive feedback for. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to kill signing out. We'll see you guys in the next one.